like something bad was happening.
And now, here comes your diva of the dark, Lori Schultz.
Hi, everybody. You're listening to The Dirt. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Chris Singleton.
Happy New Year.
I am so happy to be back and starting our new season. It's so exciting.
I know, it's good to be back.
I am so excited. So today I have a very special guest, and we're going to get her on in just a few minutes here. Her name is Samantha Everhart, and she has some very unique, beautiful gifts that she's received through God. And she is going to tell us a little bit about what she does and her journey and where this path is taking her. And she is just a beautiful friend. I'm really excited to have her on today. And I know she's very nervous, and I don't want her to be because she's going to do great. Everybody always is until they're out here, right?
Yeah. It's this is actually, pretty easy job to do.
It's fun. It's totally fun. And I just wanted to say hi to my family and, of course, my kids, and Happy New Year to everybody. And then also I want to do a shout out to Colfax, California, because, they've been just so amazing and such supportive friends and everything. And I just want to say, hey.
What's up, Colfax?
Exactly. Colfax, Lincoln, boy, I don't know, Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, tomorrow's the Packer game. What do you think about that?
Well, I believe that my Redskins are going to be going on to the next round.
Wait, are they playing right now?
No, they're playing tomorrow night. Tomorrow afternoon for us,
wait,
yeah.
They're not playing us, are they?
Yeah.
What?
No,
Okay,
we're
we are
playing
enemies.
each other, yeah.
Okay, this just makes me look like the worst Packer fan ever. I'm all, they're
You don't
playing
even know.
tomorrow, yay.
Yeah, you didn't even know.
Yeah, you know what? You barely knew.
I barely knew. Are you kidding me? I've been waiting for this for years.
Oh my goodness, you know what? It's going to be so sad that you're going to just be like hurting so sad tomorrow night.
Oh, if we lose?
Yeah, you will
Oh, I'm
be.
used to the disappointment from the
Oh my gosh, you're no fun to pick on. Now I feel bad.
But we're not going to lose, so it's not even something I
you
got to
go.
worry about.
Now you can just try a little harder. That's what I want. I want someone to duke it out with me, man.
Oh, yeah?
But hopefully we
Okay.
slaughter you.
We're not going to.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's not even going to be close.
Oh my gosh, don't scare
It's
me.
going to be 0 degrees there.
But I mean, how have they been playing? I mean, I haven't been following your team.
We've been playing well. We've won 4 or 5 in a row going into the playoffs, and
that's good.
the Packers are not playing well. They've lost 3 or 4 out of the last
La la
4 or
la la
5.
la. I'm not gonna listen to you because tomorrow it's a new beginning. Really, like playoffs is like a new season if you think about it.
Yeah,
it's a
of
fresh
course.
start, just
Yeah.
like the new year,
Yeah.
just like our new season of the Dirt.
Uh-huh.
Everything
Brand new start.
brand new.
New year.
Well, every breath is. Every breath we take is a brand
Every
new start.
breath we take is a brand new start. So
Yeah.
we're like, I'm always
Again.
starting
Again.
over.
Again. Exactly.
Never gonna get anywhere.
Yeah. No,
Jeez.
it's always a great start. So, let's see. Next week, I'm going to be starting the Safari Real Estate Show. It's
Right.
going to be right before this. So,
Right.
if anybody's interested in a real estate program, next weekend, we'll be starting that up again from 4 to 5 p.m. And then followed by this show, The Dirt. So, and we've got some great guests lined up all throughout the next 2 months. So, I hope you're ready.
Me?
Yeah, you're always ready. It was me.
Oh, I'm super ready.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. So we're really looking forward to that. And anything new with you?
Not in particular.
Besides being a loser tomorrow, but I mean,
That's wow.
you're going to lose tomorrow.
I can't believe you just called me a loser.
No, your team. Your team. Aren't you a part of your team? Oh my goodness, you're so sensitive about
Oh my
football.
gosh, you called me a loser.
You know
no,
what?
that's the thing though, is that we're not going to lose. So
Yeah,
I could
right.
only take it as a personal attack.
Yeah, well, whatever. You know what? I am excited. You have to think like a winner, and so you have to be sad, right?
If we lose,
Yeah, if you,
of course I'm going to be sad.
Yeah.
I'm going to be dejected and inconsolable.
you know what? That luckily it's tomorrow. You'll have like 6 days to recover before I see you next weekend. And I brag about the game we're in next weekend.
Yeah, and then then it all just bam right back in my face.
I'm just kidding. But you know what? I've been wanting to see a game up in Chico.
Yeah?
Because like you said, Rogers is from there, and so you said a lot of the places where you can catch the games and everything.
Oh, it's
they-
gonna be nuts. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That would be a blast. If they,
Well, come on up and watch the game.
I know that
You
would
know
be.
you know you're invited.
I can't tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
I really can't. I would, but
Well, this is going to be your last chance this week to catch the Packers in the
you're
playoffs.
mean. See, that's me, and that's what I'm talking about. It's on.
So
All right. Well, we're going to get talking to Samantha. Let's take a little break. We're going to get her on the air with us. So everybody stay tuned for the dirt. And we've got Samantha Everhart coming up.
You are tuned to the dirt.
For 4 decades, United Truck Dismantlers has been serving the Twin Cities and surrounding communities with quality recycled truck parts. Last year, United Truck Dismantlers added many foreign and American-made cars to their inventory. You'll now find parts for Ford, Dodge, Jeep, Buick, Cadillac, Pontiac, Chevy, Toyota, Nissan, Honda, and many other makes and models. So if you're looking for quality recycled parts for your car, pickup, van, SUV, or medium-duty truck, go to the experts at United Truck Dismantlers in Marysville. Find your part at UnitedTruckDism.com or call 742-8258. United Truck is buying pre-owned cars and trucks, all makes, all models, running or not. Get the cash value for your vehicle now. Call United Truck Dismantlers at 742-8258. Fix your vehicle the right way and save money with recycled and reconditioned parts from United Truck Dismantlers off Highway 65 at McGowan Parkway in Marysville. You, your machines, your operators, and your dealer, all working together to improve your business. Welcome to John Deere Farm Site, a strategy built around 3 key elements: your farm equipment, our technology solutions, your John Deere dealer. It equals John Deere Farm Site. The future of farming is in sight. Visit Valley Truck and Tractor Company in Yuba City, Chico, Willows, Gridley, Dixon, Robbins, Woodland, Elk Grove, and Colusa. Contact them on the web at valleytruckandtractor.com.
Introducing the Thick Burger El Diablo from Carl's Jr. With 4 times the heat, it's the hottest burger in fast food. Warning, do not attempt to eat this burger unless you enjoy the following: profuse sweating, spontaneous profanity, and temporary lack of vision. With jalapeno poppers, pepper jack cheese, habanero sauce, and sliced jalapenos, all piled on 100% black Angus beef, this lava bomb is nuclear. Basically, this thing is melt your face off spicy. So try the Thick Burger El Diablo, only at Carl's Jr. We hashtag Diablo Dare You. For a limited time, participating restaurants. Available as 1/2 and 1/3 pound thick.
1 minute.
That the key to business success is to buy low and sell high.
You got Janet on the phone.
Trading at 4 to 5 year lows. This might be the best time to consider purchasing precious metals.
Janet's on the phone, says she's a client.
Patriot Stores, we take pride in the fact that as locally owned and operated businesses,
Yeah, she said she can hold
silver,
on to
metal
the
coins, and bars for the lowest prices in town. When it comes time to sell, remember that no Patriot Store has ever paid less than the spot price for your .99 gold and silver coins and bars. Let our knowledgeable staff assist you in finding the perfect mix of gold and silver, 1 ounce, 10 ounce, and 100 ounce coins, rounds, or bars. We also buy and sell pre-1965 American silver coins, or maybe you need prepper supplies. The Patriot has an extensive inventory of freeze-dried foods and emergency supplies. We're also your headquarters for State of Jefferson flags, hats, sweatshirts, and other merchandise that lets people know where you stand. The Patriot is your peace of mind store. Don't pay more and wait weeks for delivery. We're located in Reading, Palisadro, and Red Bluff, as well as Chico in the Safeway Marketplace on East Avenue near Pleasant Valley High, and our newest store in Yuba City at the Target Shopping Center next to Batteries and Bulbs. Come to the Patriot and get peace of mind today for less.
You are tuned to the dirt. Get interactive with Lori by contacting her blog at lorischultz.blogspot.com. Here comes your diva of the dark, Lori Schultz.
Hi, everybody. Again, you are tuning into The Dirt, and I'm super happy to have you all here today. And Happy New Year for those of you who didn't hear it. And I just want to say Happy New Year to Samantha Everhart. She is my guest today, and I'm super excited to have you here with me. Thank you. You're welcome. And you know something? I know you're a little bit nervous, as everybody is at first, but you know something? That's normal. It's normal. I still get nervous. You know, I have to look across here, see all my mistakes, put the microphone closer, right, Chris? All that, right? You know, it just happens. But I just want to introduce everybody to you. See, me and Samantha, we actually have known each other for, I would say, about a year now. When you say, yeah, yeah, it's been lovely to say the least. Yeah. And I'm not going to just go straight into it and explain why it's been such a like a not just a regular friendship where you're just meeting somebody and it's just something new. She actually has some very beautiful gifts that have blessed my life and many other people around her and her. Yeah. And so I just wanted to have her on the show. And this is actually, I believe, your very first interview, right?
In this realm, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
this is so exciting.
Yes.
Okay, and so by the way, anybody who'd like to call in, I know we do have a caller who's on hold, and I'm sorry you have to hold a little longer. The number is 530-742-5555. So feel free to call in. First of all, Samantha, okay,
Yes.
what do you do for a living? It isn't what everybody thinks, but
Well, first, I want to just give thanks to God and give all glory to God first and foremost, because if it weren't for Him, something He's never would have met you. So God told me to get out one night, and here I am. So thank you, Father, for your show today.
You're so welcome, and
Yeah.
thank you for
Yeah.
being here.
Yeah.
I am so excited. And again, it was a really unique time when we met each other. It just was amazing. But I'm going to let you start
Okay.
slowly with your story here.
Okay.
Because, so what you do for a living right now?
Oh gosh, I'm just a jack of all trades. I work on, I do several things, but I work on people. I am I've gotten, I'm a raindrop practitioner, which is where you put essential oils on the back, the feet, and the spine. It's basically an anointing of essential oil. And I also am I've been trained in acupressure and Vitaflex technique and reflexology. I do all kinds of different things like that. But again, a long history of several things, but that's really kind of my passion. I also do airbrush body art and face paint. I do all kinds of things. But
Wow, I
yeah.
didn't know that you were an artist as well.
Yeah, I've been airbrushing about, I think it's 20 years now, 18 years. Yeah.
Oh, that's really exciting.
yeah.
And so where do you usually do that? Like at do you
Events,
set up
fairs, festivals, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Concerts, promotions, different things.
So if somebody wanted you to have like a booth, they would call you and
Yeah, we were one of the first in Northern California, which is again not why I'm here, but to give you a little background, one of the first in Northern California to do airbrush body painting. So
Oh,
it's very
cool.
quick, it's very fun, and so we do that. And I also have a history with corporate America. You know, I've done all kinds of things, but
right.
yeah.
How long does the airbrushing last? Is it just like it washes right off the first time?
Well,
or?
if you do full body painting, no, it's waterproof. But we do
cool.
for the sakes of the in in relation to the events you do, you want it to be quick. So for kids and things like that, of course, it washes off. And for adults, we have different body paint for different venues.
I
We'll put it
so
at
want to
that.
get painted.
Yeah, we'll hook
I
it up.
even take it. I am so excited that she does that.
I thought you knew that.
I would have been like, okay, Green Bay Packer me up for tomorrow. And Chris, put him in Green Bay Packer gear.
No.
Well, green is the color of newness. You know, I'm just saying.
And I'm just saying,
Of life. It's the color of
A
life.
lot of green things
a lot
are
of life.
great.
Green is the color of life.
You'd be
Yes.
green and yellow. You're so lucky I didn't know this.
Not tomorrow.
He's being pretty firm now. I like it. That's good. That's good that he's
You're getting that look.
yeah, like we're gonna duke it out because see,
In the best
our
way.
teams are playing each other tomorrow. for
I
the
don't even know
playoffs.
who's playing. Forgive me. I don't watch TV.
All I know is the Green Bay Packers.
Are going to lose to the Washington Redskins.
Yeah, so
Let me
this
finish
is
that
great.
sentence for you.
Well, I don't know, but
No.
I just got a feeling about the Redskins, but I'm hoping the Packers don't hate. It's all love. I don't know. I'm just going to declare it.
What?
I'm feeling it, but I'm feeling the Packers. I'm feeling the Packers, but there's
No.
something about Washington. I don't know. I just love
But you know
Washington
something,
too.
it's free will and the future can
Amen.
always change.
Amen. I like the Green Bay too. I like Green Bay too.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
All right. That was your one and only good thought on that game tomorrow.
That's it? That's all I get?
No, just kidding. Oh man. He's kind of sensitive tonight,
So all the
isn't
good
he?
thoughts coming my way tonight? Okay.
No way. You get tons of great thoughts, just not through football.
Florida
But
men are extra special because, you know, they talk about that's the in thing right now. So
What is-
God's giving you some extra specialness today.
Sweet.
Yes.
Really?
No, I'm just doing. I'm just calling it.
I
don't know. No. I mean, it's good. No.
Uh-oh. See how he is?
The bearded thing is in, so that it's got to
Oh,
bring
yeah,
us some
the
good luck.
bearded
That's
thing.
what I'm saying. The bearded thing is in, so it's got to bring us some good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he looks good like that. I was kind of hoping for the man bun today, though.
I can put it in if you want to see it.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. I like the man bun. He's in
Well,
right
now I got to see it, so you got to do it. On a
Oh,
break,
you
yeah.
will. You will.
I will
So,
like it?
during
All
a
right.
break. Yeah.
Oh,
All
no.
right.
Okay, so the face painting, body painting, body art, and then the essential oils. which I totally smelled. The moment you walked in, I hugged you. I was like, you smell so delicious.
I
And
got to
she's
know
like,
it myself.
Is
It
that
was
what
good
that
for
is?
Jesus. It
Yes.
was good for
Those
me.
do smell
You know
good.
what they did? They brought
Yeah.
baby Jesus frankincense and myrrh. And
Ooh.
yeah, so I'm like, if it's good for Jesus, it's good for me. I'll take it.
It
I mean, I'm
is.
just saying, yeah.
And what do you think, like, I mean, I'm sort of intrigued by the fact that you went into like a healing.
Oh, it wasn't my doing, but let me tell you.
It's all healing, all the
was
things that you
not
choose
my
to do.
doing.
Okay, and you do the acupuncture and the massage.
Acupressure.
Acupressure.
Well, I do all kinds of things. So people say, well, what am I here for? And I'm like, well, I don't know. It just, I just kind of go off what the Spirit tells me, what God tells me to do. And so they may come in for something or they may not even, anyway, yes, all healing. We'll just leave it at that. It's all healing. Because I
love
never
it.
know, and I like to open a little gift, and I'm always surprised at what will happen.
And so,
Yes.
speaking of your gifts, along the way, as you were like growing up, and I don't know exactly when it evolved, but you were also started to receive a different type of a gift that I'll let you share it in a way. I don't know how you want it worded because I know like how you feel about certain wording with it.
Okay. So So I don't know. Is that where you want to go into?
Kind of,
Okay.
unless
Okay.
I mean a
we
little
can talk about
bit.
face painting for the next 2 hours. That's fine. No.
I know,
Okay,
I know.
so-
But I got to get you into. You
Yeah,
got to get
for
your
sure.
feet wet.
Okay, so here's the deal. Get my feet wet. Okay, God bless my words, my thoughts, and my deeds. Hello, we're gonna make some noise over here. God bless my words, my thoughts, and my deeds. That God's will be done today, and that what I speak is understood by people, by listeners.
Yeah.
So, because this really takes me out of my comfort level because this is not something I advertise, and even my closest friends and that do know of this gift, and much of my family, there are many people who know me for many years who don't even know about these gifts. So I'm really out of my comfort zone, but that's my comfort zone in the natural. So
And
will
I
step
want to
out.
say too, like when people do have experiences, like people may not have as many experiences, and like you said, the thing you're going to share every single time it happens to you, you look at it as an individual,
Oh my gosh,
isolated miracle,
absolutely.
because it's unexpected, and it's not something that you call your own.
Absolutely not my own.
Okay,
I'm just the
and
vessel in which it comes.
exactly.
sure.
And so to be clear, some people have only had one experience like this and feel comfortable in sharing that. But when it happens repeatedly, and then there's maybe some sort of
Yeah.
expectation or
Yes.
labeling that goes on, that's the part that you want to avoid, but you would like to share.
Yes. Okay. So on that, you're talking about the line of work that I'm in, and really is just my passion. If I could work all day and just work on helping people be better and feel better, that's what I would want to do.
Okay.
And little did I know my journey would be what it is. So God brings people in your life for a reason. And reason, season, or lifetime. Specific reason, you're going to the store. A season, there's friends that come and go. And then you have friends that are like lifetime friends, or I say soul food, which are touch your soul differently, that are always there. So little did I know it would be my journey. But again, nothing is by chance or happenstance, but we do have free will, which we'll get into later, my view on that, or my belief on that, rather. So in my process of God brings someone into my life who... It's funny how things work. Before I just couldn't make a decision to I just don't ever make the wrong decisions. She got me into going to learn about more essential oils. Is what happened, and Bibles of the healing oils of the Bible. I've got my training through CARE, Center for Aromatherapy Research and Education. But little did I know, because I would never leave my family for any length of time. She said, "Oh, these oils." I had a kink in my neck one day, and she said, "Oh, these little oils, I didn't know that's what she's doing, but it immediately made it better, and I was intrigued." And I'm the girl who's got to know why, dot the I, cross the T. And so this is, again, something very, God is pretty amazing how he works. So anyway, in a nutshell, I find myself up by the Oregon border in Crescent City, and I go through a CARE training. But she didn't tell me we're going to go that far up. She just did not do that, but she knew. So I go through this training about, learning about essential oils, and which was very amazing. So part of the protocol through the CARE program is that you take the training, and it's a great program for who are listening who want to learn more about, just an alternative to many things, but it goes back to biblical, it goes back to the beginning of the Bible and how God gives us these amazing things. And so anyway, part of that training is to, do many practicums. You have to work on people. You have to get the experience, and it's not it's a lot of work. And so part of that, after that training, you have to give and receive and work on people. And I've always used essential oils, and they were very good for me. But when you start working on other people, Mike, it's amazing. So in the process of working on other people, all of these experiences just started happening. And I guess the biggest was after, you have to give and receive and have to have so many things. Anyway, it's a process. So like, rather than spare the details, you can look into that if they're interested. But it's a whole process for the certification. So you go through the training, then you have to come back and get your demo done and certification through a specialist. So they came and they used our space in Auburn. And something there happened that was so profound, beyond the birth of my child, which is a miracle, and the passing of my father, which is another thing, that forever changed my life. I was going through some really hard times, and the only thing that really made me feel better to get my mind off myself was to go and take care of, and be with the people and help them. It just made it put me, I was going through a lot, like stripped of everything. And sometimes in life, when you go through some really difficult times, you're like, God, why? I was like, God, if you're really real, like I did the whole thing, and I know that he is, but anyway. So something happened that was so profound in front of 27 people, and it forever changed my walk. And it was so significant. Very clearly, I was like, God, if you're real, one day in my spirit, something came that happened that day in front of those people. He says, don't you ever doubt me again. Don't you ever do that again. And from that point forward, he says, lessons don't, like people say, well, karma, or you must have deserved something. No, in my spirit, it was, the lessons don't always happen because, like, something you did wrong, but lessons happen through you, because that's what it's supposed to be, and how you handled those experiences. So it's easy to get, being stripped of everything, loved ones that were diagnosed with some very terminal illnesses, and, lots of changes, being stripped of everything. And when you're going through that kind of stuff, and there's just too much to get into, it was a lot. And from that point forward, these gifts, and after that I'm like, God, and I'm not a religious person, so when people hear me talk about God, they're like, oh, she's religious. I am not religious, but I do believe. And from that point forward, my strength and my faith walk has been different. My family planted strong seeds of faith, but they have taken root and grown through some very significant experiences and people that God has brought in my life, and you're one of them through our experience. So every experience that I have is really just a miracle and a gift. I see every single thing that happens as a gift from God, and no matter how bad, like, something may happen for someone and what you may go through, it's those little nuggets. So from that point, I've seen all kinds, like discernment of spirit, like what do you know is of God, what isn't. We're talking about things biblically. So God doesn't just throw somebody into something, into gifts. So we're talking about visions, prophecy, gifts of healing, miracles, and things of this nature.
Yes.
And I really struggle because modern people have a common term of, I can't even say the word.
And we all know which word it is.
It's psychic and also medium, and I'm not that. God forgive me. I really struggle even saying those words because modern, and I understand the modern people think they will term it as that, right? And I get it. I've done that myself. But here's what I know: that prophecy is a divine revelation given to the human spirit. And I looked something up on the way over here that it is also, I gotta look it up, I'll look it up in a second, but there are several things about the gift of prophecy, and that is something given from the Holy Spirit, or your I say intuition, but it's the Holy Spirit is basically what your intuition is. It's guiding you. And so it's hard for me in biblical terms, the term psychic or medium, God forgive me, I have the hardest time with that. With those words, because that implies that you know of your own accord, and I have to tell you, I don't know. And I was like, God, keep me so humble that every single time I see something that's so amazing, don't let me get used to that. Let it be like a little gift open every day, and it really is. So from that first experience, I learned about discernment of spirit. And if nothing else happened, I'm like, okay, God, I get it. You're real, and you are on the throne. Help me to crave your word. And from there, I've been in and out of different spiritual gifts. So God grants, we all have a spiritual gift. We all have that, and some are blessed with many, and it speaks of that in the Bible. So that's what we're talking about.
Okay, so we're going to have a little break.
Okay.
It's the bottom of the hour, so we're going to go have a little commercial break. Then when we come back, we do have a caller for Samantha, but I'm going to let her decide if she's ready to answer that call right away.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds great. So when we come back, we'll take the caller and we'll get back to Samantha Everhart.
Everybody loves to get something free, don't they? I'm Jackie Selman with Recology. Don't forget to look in your quarterly Recology bills. We have free offers for you. Don't have a vehicle to haul your trash out to us? Just call our customer service department at 743-6933 before your regular scheduled pickup date, and we'll come get it for you. It can be one large item that weighs less than 200 pounds or multiple items that together equal 2 cubic yards or less. With Recology Yuba Sutter, it's easy to reduce, reuse, recycle.
If you don't like spending an hour on the treadmill every time you enjoy your favorite frap or smoothie, I've got great news for you. This is Rhonda from Free Time Java inside Lakeview Energy Centers in Marysville and now in Yuba City. I want you to enjoy every sip of your favorite Free Time Java drink without any guilt. So, we've brought in delicious healthy alternatives called Fit, and we are giving $1 off any 16-ounce Fit Frap or Fit Smoothie. These are full-flavored healthy alternatives. The Fit Fraps are chocolate and vanilla, and they can be used in your favorite drink, and you can add a fruit infusion. It has 21 grams of protein and less than 1 gram of sugar. The Fit Smoothies have less sugar and carbs and all the flavor. Don't rack up extra miles on the treadmill. Come in and enjoy yourself with no guilt. The daily special of $1 off any 16-ounce Fit Frap or Fit Smoothie is available from both Free Time Java locations on 12th and B Street in Marysville and Calusa Highway next to U-Haul in Yuba City.
The very best realtors are invested in the community, like the realtors at Heritage Realtors, your Yuba City Berkshire Hathaway Home Services affiliate. The more than 40 realtors at Heritage Realtors love our community and are passionate about improving it, making it an even better place to live, work, and raise a family. Broker Sheila Messick has more than 45 years of real estate experience, and that knowledge and expertise can pay off for you big time. And that's why you should call Heritage Realtors, your Yuba City Berkshire Hathaway Home Services affiliate, at 530-671-6000. Call when you're ready to sell or buy residential, commercial, or agricultural property, or even if you just have a few questions. They love talking real estate. Go ahead, call Heritage Realtors, your Yuba City Berkshire Hathaway Home Services affiliate, 530-671-6000. That's 530-671-6000. 530-671-6000. Heritage Realtors, your Yuba City Berkshire Hathaway Home Services affiliate.
Land & Sons Glass Service now has a new location, 1250 Market Street, Suite B in Yuba City, or phone 673-8812. Land & Sons Glass Service offers residential and commercial service with a quality that's unmatchable. Windows, mirrors, showers, screens, autos, and even tabletops. If you need any of these services or any other type service to help keep your utility costs down, Land & Sons Glass Service are licensed contractors. They can help you with ways to lower your cost. Call 673-8812 or stop by 1250 Market Street, Suite B in Yuba City, and on the web, www.landandsonsglass.com. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and now Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Remember, it's never too late to keep your costs down. Land & Sons Glass Service.
Uncle Bob, where does Mount Shasta spring water?
30 seconds.
See, we get rung out of the clouds as we pass over the top of Mount Shasta. Then we become part of huge glaciers. Then we flow through miles of volcanic rocks. Then we pop out of a spring at the base of Mount Shasta. But Uncle Bob, where did I come from? You'll have to ask your parents about that one.
Pure and simple, naturally the best. Mount Shasta spring water.
For free delivery and setup, call 1-800-922-6227 or go to MountShastaSpringwater.com.
Whether it's weekend camping at your favorite site or touring the...
A large number of perfectly sane and reliable people have been involved in this flying saucer business. We have been collecting material on flying saucer observation, checking, cross-checking, trying to track down leads, no matter how far afield they took us. This tonight is our report. We are going to bring you the facts at hand. What they add up to, well, that's for you to decide. That's up to you.
And now, here comes your diva of the dark, Lori Schultz.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you. I just want to be friends. Let's not fight until tomorrow.
You started it.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. Just kidding. I'm really not. Okay, so.
Oh, my God.
I'm just being honest. I'm going to paint you green.
Don't forget, I control your microphone from over here.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm sorry. So we're back with Samantha, and
That's cute.
okay. So one thing I just kind of wanted to clarify. Oh no, it's okay. You can sit down. But one thing I wanted to clarify is when this gift started to like come in the stronger waves more frequently.
After that first experience, which is in February, it should be 7, 9, 8. Yeah, it was in February of, oh wow, it's the end of the year. It was probably 7 years ago.
Okay.
Little things started happening, little things started happening. So every few months. So that's when it really started to manifest. I guess it's always been there, but approximately 7 years ago.
Yeah, because I think we all have different levels of what people want to call intuition or our gut feeling about certain things.
Yes, absolutely.
And all of a sudden we're like, whoa, or like that thing, like when you think about somebody and suddenly they call or things like that.
I think there's a lot of people that have just, they think they have a good gut, but they don't really trust it. And if they trusted it, they would probably be psychic.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people just don't fully trust it when they think it. And if they did, they might, something cool might happen.
Well, you know what's interesting? When you think about animals,
yeah,
when they sense fear, they run.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like an earthquake or bad weather. They run.
They don't doubt their senses.
No,
Yeah.
we
So
sense
true.
fear, and we know we shouldn't have done that. So many times you hear people say, "Well, I knew I shouldn't have," and they did anyway. So then what happens? Like they have a premonition. Again, I say your intuition or that gut feeling is truly, I've learned, is just the Holy Spirit. Whatever term you want to use is fine, but that's something speaking to you, and we just need to acknowledge that. And sometimes we don't, and we should.
And I wonder why that is that people don't want to. I think it could be possibly the stigma behind telling somebody, well, I made that choice because I felt something or I heard something or I inside myself, I heard these words, don't do it or whatever. And that brings me also to a question that might seem like a weird question, and I don't even know if you can answer. It might be too weird, but like
I think a lot of times it's that if you're going to do the thing that, your instincts tell you to do, maybe you can't explain why you're going to do it.
No, I can relate to that for sure.
And it's like you're going to go do this thing and you can't really explain to anybody why you're going to do it. You just think that it's what you're supposed to do, but that feels weird.
Well, that's kind of why I'm here tonight.
Exactly. That's what she's
took the words
battling
right
with.
out of my thought process there, Chris.
Well, and the question I had too is like, when you start to listen to this and it starts to develop within yourself, does the message then become received a little stronger or in a
Absolutely.
voice that you recognize as being that, not just a doubt or just
Yes.
so, I mean, I might go, oh, I want a Mountain Dew, no, a Pepsi, no, Mountain. And I know that's just me. It's nobody talking to me about that. But does that definition?
I can say for me, yes, that absolutely is the case, and I believe that would be the case for everyone. But we are built to have an internal knowing, and so the more that, I think I just went off there.
Oh, I think he's off.
Oh, is he off?
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
It's silent.
No.
I don't know what happened. But anyway,
You can't hear me?
now we
I can
can.
hear you now.
This is
Yeah,
so weird. Oh, okay. I'm so
Well,
sorry.
I have things that happen electrical all the time. So
Okay, don't be messing with our gear in here. No, I'm just kidding.
But I do invite the big guy to be with us always. So
Of
maybe that
course.
has something to do with it.
So basically what I was going to say too, okay, so you think it would develop into more, like as far as more defined, or what about this? Okay, so then a lot of times when we're thinking about things, we start to think about things for someone else. So like that's where I get into the messages that you receive from God or from, I don't want to like speak for you in every way, but I mean, you get messages from loved ones on the other side or people or different things like that. So when do you start realizing that you're hearing not just your own intuition for yourself and your own well-being, but you're also now having to figure out who this is for, not just you, but you're suddenly a messenger, not just a receiver of something that's going to affect your decisions.
Okay, now I typically forget details, like, because the message is not for me. But as we're speaking right now, there's something that I'm reminded of. May I share? It's about you.
Yeah. Sure. Well, I mean.
Oh, I know what you said before. It's not bad.
Okay.
It's not,
Yeah.
No.
Okay. They're bad. No. I know you never have a bad message.
No. It's not bad. Yeah, you did tell me about that.
Okay.
But we. No.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead.
No.
Okay, good.
No. This is funny. So
Okay, yeah.
It goes in
Feel
alignment.
free.
The electricity thing is just kind of making me
Oh, wait.
feel like, well, I'm here.
Are we hearing each other still?
We got some electricity thing going on here right
I
now.
know.
On my headphones. I'm just saying. Oh God. She says I can't hear you.
I think.
Electricity happens all the time.
Okay, talk into this one.
Okay, so when you were asking about, how do you know what is, do I want the Mountain Dew or do I not, right? So that happens with me too. So I'm just recalling, and it doesn't always happen this way, but when it does, this is just something to share with. So after I met you, there was a couple days later where I was driving.
Okay. Chris, are you hearing us? Okay, go ahead. So you're driving? Yeah.
Okay, so I had met you, right?
Yes.
And again, there was that night when I had gone out that night, so I was like, I'm not going to do that. And so, no, you need to go. I'm not, back in the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's okay, you should go. And then after we met, a couple days later, I'm driving down 49, and all I could, God, you're so funny. Okay, so, he gets me so excited in spirit. I'm driving down 49, and all of a sudden, I think of you. I'm like, well, am I thinking of her because God did this radical thing? Because I'm like, God, you just got to make it so clear to me. And how would I, he did this amazing thing, electricity going happen again. And what happened, I think of you, and I think of screws and a toilet. And I'm thinking, why am I thinking of screws in a toilet? That's so, it's like, how do you know? But I wouldn't have known if I didn't call you and reach out to you with that.
Right,
But
exactly.
It's like, what does that mean?
I
right?
know,
So that's
that
the
was
thing,
very funny.
So you have to just honor that, and even if it doesn't make sense to you, because it doesn't make sense, but it always is those little things. Oh, you can't hear again.
You can't hear you. Okay.
I know,
so
it's I'm telling you, thank you, I'm telling you, it's
Okay,
kind of interesting.
so
That night, I was like, seriously, I was driving, I don't have time for this. Well, I'm just thinking that. I am just thinking that. And then I called you, and I'm like, okay, I won't quit thinking if I don't ask. So I thought I was just out of my mind thinking, well, why am I thinking about that? What does that mean? And when I called you, it did mean something specific. And I'm like, shut the front door.
I know.
Shut it. It really did mean something.
I know.
So it's just learning to trust that every
Exactly.
time. And as you do trust that, that grows. So for sure, always trust it, even when it doesn't make sense at all. And I could
So
give you
do you
time
hear
and time again.
something that says do you hear something that says oh hey, you're going to be calling Chris Singleton about this? Or how is it that you know that something about some screws and all that had something to do with me? What is it that you hear that ends up to be that it's for me versus you?
Well, that has grown into something different, because when this started, it started with what was of God and what wasn't. And clearly what was of God is, well, how do you know? Because how do I know what's not of God? Because the first gift he had me in was one that you just know it's about dealing with spirits of another world, so of casting out a spirit. And so having said that, how do I know? I used to do this thing, well, God, if this is for somebody, because these things would happen, I'm like, well, am I just thinking that? And it would be little things. So if I'm supposed to say something, then give me a sign in threes. And I would always get the sign in threes. I'm like, well, that can't be right. And I would still not do it, but I'm like, but I said 3, so I would have to, and it was always right. So that's how it started. And then sometimes you would just I would get a feeling that I couldn't shake. And if I didn't go do something, it was almost like my heart started racing. And anyway, I've learned to, and I was scared because you don't know what this means. And I would go out and I would make a call, or I would reach out to somebody that I never met, and it was always correct. So, so that's how he develops that. And then over time, there's just ways of knowing. I would always say, God, give me one little detail that I know it's for this person. And that little detail would come up. I'm like, shut it. And it's true. It's legit. So it's as you develop that, follow your gut feeling, then it will grow.
Okay.
For sure.
That's super cool. I mean, that's what I was kind of thinking, that, that the situation would just get developed and everything like that. So we're going to actually go to a commercial break, and when we come back, we will hopefully get your caller on.
Okay.
Okay. Stay tuned for the dirt.
Here's a crazy idea from Cash Call Mortgage. Take the mortgage you closed in the last year and look at redoing it at today's 15-year fixed 3.125% rate and APR with no closing costs. Just call 855-875-CASH, and with no cost or obligation, we'll tell you how much your payment will drop with the do-over refi. And you won't pay any points, deposits, or fees. None. It's so easy. Just do the regular paperwork, most of which you already did for your last refi, and we'll do the rest. So make the cash call at 855-875-CASH for today's 15-year fixed 3.125% rate and APR with absolutely no closing costs. The do-over refi, only from Cash Call Mortgage. Call 855-875-CASH and see for yourself. Impact Mortgage Corp. DBA Cash Call Mortgage. Equal housing lender. Call 855-657-9910 for terms and restrictions. Rates may change without notice. California Department of Business Oversight Residential Mortgage Lender License 4131083. NMLS 128231.
Men, if you're like me, you appreciate the feeling of a clean, smooth shave from a quality blade. The sort of shave that cuts clean, without the burn. So why are you messing around with generic razors that cost $32 for an 8-pack, when you can shave with Harry's high-quality German-engineered blades for half the price? And if saving money and a clean shave isn't incentive enough, Harry's will give you their starter set, complete with a razor, 3 of their world-famous blades, and shaving cream for just $15. And shipping is always free. We'll also give you $5 off your first order. Our way of saying thank you for trying us. How are we able to save you all this money and still give you the best shave you'll ever enjoy? By owning the factory that manufactures them. That's how. So go to harrys.com right now and enter code 9911 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 9911. We're all in this together. That's why California Health and Wellness and Ampla Health partner to bring you quality health care under Medi-Cal.
Ampla Health has health centers throughout Northern California to meet your health care needs.
Your health affects your life. And California Health and Wellness, a Medi-Cal plan choice, has programs that make it simple to take charge of both.
We're all in this together. We're with you. We're for you.
To choose your plan and healthcare provider, call Healthcare Options at 1-800-430-4263. 1-800-430-4263. When you think of the ideal country diner, what qualities do you expect? To answer that question with friendly service, value, and delicious food, Duke's Diner is the place for you. As one of Yuba County's longest-running family businesses, patrons have continued to support Duke's quality dining experience for over 5 decades. If you haven't made the trip to
7th Avenue in Olivehurst between 5:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to keep up with our lunch specials on weekdays. That's Duke's Diner at 1770 7th Avenue in Olivehurst.
Don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Hi, everybody. You're listening to The Dirt. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry about the little extra break we had, but we had a little bit of technical difficulty. And we are back. And not only that, but something else got totally corrected that we just totally love here. It's the man bun.
I do have to say I do like the man bun much better.
Oh, yeah?
I do.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah,
Well,
you
well,
you
thank
should
you.
wear it like that all the time. I would. If I was a man and I had long enough hair to wear in a man bun, I totally would. All the time. Anyway, so, we were talking about the development of the skills and
Wow.
telling them apart.
Is this working again?
Yay! We're so
No.
It's not?
No.
Okay. So I don't know if we're going to a break or what we're doing, but
I'm hearing.
Are we supposed to keep talking?
Yeah, just keep on talking.
Okay. I'm like, okay. So anyway, basically, we were just talking about the developing of it, the trusting of it, knowing who that the message is for and everything else. And I know you do have a friend that's on the other line, and this is somebody that is kind of like a testimonial.
She's a client.
Okay.
And I've been in and out. Thank you. I've been so much. You are and you know what red is? The blood of Jesus. I'm sorry. It's all about symbolism to me. And red is the greatest of love. I love it. Heart chakra. Chris, you are all right. So the development of spiritual gifts. So it was in and out of different spiritual gifts. So things would happen every few months or weeks or whatever. That's how I learned. So anyway, this client. I don't know what she's going to tell you because sometimes I just don't remember the details, but I do. There's some very significant experiences I've had with her, and I don't know what her story will be because that's her story. So I'll let her tell you whatever that. I'm always surprised because people will say, "Well, do you remember?" I'm like, "No, I don't remember. Did I say that or did I do that?" But anyway, yes. Okay.
So this is Janet.
I don't know who you have on the line.
Yep. Okay. So
yeah,
we'll
yes.
take Janet right now then. Janet, are you on the dirt with us?
Hi.
Hi, welcome. Your friend Samantha's here. So,
yes, I am.
You had like a story or just like something, a testimonial basically that you'd want to share with us about an experience you had with Samantha?
Yes.
Okay.
I've had many.
I've learned many through her for sure.
But first, I just want to say how excited I am to hear Sam on the radio, to get her message out to other people, because she really is and can help a lot of people in so many ways, as she has with me.
I agree.
An example is, many, many years ago, I was in Denver and fell on some ice and broke my tailbone.
Ouch.
And the doctor told me that I broke the end of the tailbone completely off. So it'll just float in there because they can't go in and surgically remove it.
That has to be painful.
It was very painful. It was hard to sit, it was hard to stand, and it went on for years. And you get to live with pain, and so that's what I did. I just managed it by not trying to think about it.
Okay.
Well, as I was seeing Sam for other issues, shoulder and foot, and one day she was working on me, and she said to me, "Are you having problems in your lower back?" And she says, "I see this huge white light that is surrounding your lower back, and it's swirling in your lower back." And I said, "Yes, forever," I said, and explained the story to her. And we didn't think anything of it, but she was amazed that, that God was working on my tailbone, and she knew nothing about it.
Wow.
Well, the pain is gone.
How long did that take? Like from the time when you...
It was almost...
Immediately.
Immediately. So I had worked on her before. I had not actually... She'd come in... I was telling you during the break that another client of mine, who's also become a very dear friend, is how I met Janet. She called and said, "Can I have a friend, come with me to my appointment?" And I'm like, "Yeah, for sure." So I'm sitting there talking to, her friend and client, my client, and I see this white light on Janet's cheek. And again, the way that I learned about the white light, I got to give, again, praise and glory to God, but also the Dudek family, that I learned through some of their family about these gifts, and God did an amazing thing. So having said that, somebody thought they had a brain tumor, and a very close friend. It's like being in utero with this person my whole life. And so thank God, God brings people in your life that walk with you, and he's seen so many things. And he had, one night he goes, "You got a brain tumor?" I'm like, "You are so dumb, you ain't got no brain tumor," right? And I went to bed that night, and I'm so connected to everything he does. I saw this like white light hands on his head, and I had never seen this before. And I don't forget anything when it comes to him or what he's gone through, or his work. Connected to his work, and a few of the people there, again, through them, God has really grown my faith. So I see this, and the next morning he doing this like surgery on his head, but it's white lights, and I'm thinking, well, you better work on that brain. So the next morning I wake up and he calls to check in and to let me know he was up, and I said, "You know that thing on your head?" I said, "You better check it." And he goes, "What?" I said, "It's gone." He goes, "Well, now I saw these white light hands." He goes, "Okay, take your meds," right? He's to him, I'm just Sam. So I'm like, "No, really?" So he checks this, "What'd you do with it?" I'm like, "I didn't even see you. I didn't touch you," right? And so 3 weeks later, that's when Janet's in the office, in my office, and again, she's just sitting in the main room. We weren't on the table or anything, and I see this white light, little hands, and I was so excited. And she's thinking, this girl is probably crazy, right? I'm thinking, I can only imagine, because I was so excited because I knew what it meant. And I said, you're having some issues. Was it her cheek, you know? And she looked at me, and I saw this white light on her cheek. And that was very significant to me. And that's the birth of learning about what that white light meant. And so she did book an appointment. She did come back. And then through the course of that, one day I was supposed to get her on the table, and my spirit says, no, we're going to just talk here. And one of the most significant things was to declare her well. I'm like, I can't say that. I'm not in my spirit. And the most amazing thing happened. I'm like, I'm seeing this white light on her tailbone. I do remember that, but I don't remember everything else that happened about that. So
yeah.
That's what she's referring to.
Well, Janet, I want to say thank you so much for calling in and sharing that story with us.
You're welcome.
Janet, thank you so much.
She's an incredible person, and she does more than just healing. It's building your soul inside your body and your mind.
Very beautiful.
So she's an incredible person.
Well, thank you so much for calling in. I can tell you love her a lot, and she definitely loves you too.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
have a
For
great
sure.
night, and thank you so much for tuning into The Dirt. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Chris, and do we have another caller? Okay.
Yeah, we do. It says Samantha.
Samantha, okay, and just so you know, we only have a couple minutes right now. So, Samantha, if you're on that line, we might have to put you on hold for the top of the hour breaks, but you can go ahead and say hi to Sam if you'd like.
Yeah, no worries. Hey, girl.
Hey.
Hey, me and Kelsey are on
Didn't
the couch.
expect that. I did not expect that. Hi, Kelsey.
I know.
Oh, my Atlanta. Thank you, Lord.
We were
God
talking
bless
about
you, too.
the big guy upstairs and a bunch.
Oh, we lost you.
Like, why don't we call and say what's up?
That sounds nice. Did you have anything that you'd like to share about Samantha?
Yeah, I could tell a quick story. One of my best friends at the time, his brother committed suicide on New Year's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And this was in, like, the very beginning of me and Sam getting to know one another. And she had my cell phone, and I was with him and a couple other friends. It was, like, midnight, maybe even 1 o'clock. And she called me up, and she's like, are you with, and then said his name. And I'm like, yeah. And she was like, can I talk to him really quick? And she was on the phone with him for, like, an hour.
I don't remember that, but I believe
She said I was sleeping and I couldn't go back to sleep because the person who had passed was, like, doing cartwheels, and he was a cheerleader, and there was just a bunch of little small things that Sam said and recognized, and it was unreal for my friend, just because, you know, when someone passes that's really close to you, let alone someone that's in your family, that's really hard to deal with. And knowing that they've passed over and gone to a really happy and great place is
I'm so
overwhelming.
sorry that I have to stop you right there, because we
You're
are
fine.
going to the top of the hour advertisement, you know, the commercials. And so basically I can either put you on hold, or you can call back in about 5 minutes.
Oh, I don't care. I can do whatever you guys want to do.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Okay.
Oh
So
my
we're
goodness,
actually
thank you
going
so
to a
much.
break, and we will be
Cool.
back in about 6 minutes. Thank you so much for tuning into The Dirt.
History. This is The Patriot. 1410 AM, KMYC Marysville, serving Marysville and Yuba City for more than 50 years.
Fox News Radio, I'm Kathleen Maloney. 8 charges against the man who confessed to the ambush shooting of a Philadelphia police officer.
Including attempted murder, he is charged with aggravated assault, assault of a law enforcement officer, and a slew of other weapons charges. Archer confessed to police that he attacked Officer Hartnett in the name of Islam after proclaiming allegiance to ISIS. Now, chilling surveillance video capturing the horrific moment. The suspect ran toward Hartnett's patrol car, firing at least 11 shots at arm's length using a stolen police 9mm 9mm semi-automatic pistol. Miraculously, despite being shot 3 times in the left arm, Hartnett manages to chase, shoot, and wound the suspect.
Archer is being held without bail. Officer Jesse Hartnett in critical but stable condition. You can dream big for $2. That's all it takes for a chance to win tonight's $900 million Powerball jackpot.
I'd pay off all my bills, and we go on a big, giant 6-month family vacation.
I think I'd do what anybody would do, faint.
I really would have no idea what to do with that much money.
I'm going to share it with all my family and friends. I'm going to share. I only need $1 million. $1 million I need. That's it.
Gary Grief of the Texas Lottery Commission with some advice.
We encourage everyone to play responsibly. I get it. I understand it's very tempting at a $900 million jackpot level to buy a lot of tickets. But remember, it only takes one ticket to win.
And a whole lot of luck. As his poll numbers slide, GOP presidential candidate Ben Carson complaining the media has written him off.
We can't continue to be dictated to by pundits and by media and by people who think that they can control the minds of the people.
Carson speaking to reporters in South Carolina. The latest Fox News poll giving Carson 10% of the GOP primary votes nationally. You're listening to Fox News Radio, fair and balanced.
Peekaboo, peekaboo, smile.
Smile, buddy.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy. You know how boys are.
Or maybe he's teething. Oh, poor baby. I think his gums hurt.
Maybe he's just tired.
Or maybe his tummy hurts. He didn't eat that much.
Maybe he's not ticklish.
You think maybe he's scared of the dog?
Maybe he'll outgrow it. Maybe it's a phase. Maybe he just doesn't like smiling.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs or see a doctor today for an autism screening. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better. And it can make a lifetime of difference. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
The U.S. Navy releasing video that appears to show what could be threatening activity.
The 45-second clip taken by a Navy Seahawk helicopter shows what the Navy says is 5 Iranian missile boats, just as one of the boats launches several missiles, with the U.S. warships less than 1,500 yards away. U.S. officials say the Iranians announced the live fire exercises only 23 minutes beforehand and ordered all other ships to move out of the international waters. This latest incident in the Strait of Hormuz marks the 3rd time in the past 14 months that Iranian ships have done this, and each time, those missiles are being launched closer. In Washington, I'm Garrett Tenney, Fox News.
Demonstrations at the main train station in Cologne, Germany, after reports of assaults on women allegedly by asylum seekers on New Year's Eve.
Cologne's police chief dismissed as criticism grows over the way his force responded to a rash of attacks around the city's main train station on the night of New Year's Eve. Dozens of women have reported being robbed, sexually assaulted or threatened by large groups of men. But when police gave an update on New Year festivities the following day, they said the night had been largely peaceful. Since then, as details have emerged, the attacks have shocked Germany. In London, Simon Owen, Fox News.
A blowout in the AFC wildcard game.
A playoff shutout for Andy Reid and the Chiefs over the Texans, 30-0.
Courtesy of ABC ESPN, it's Kansas City's first playoff win in 22 years. Star Wars The Force Awakens, now open in China. If it attracts enough moviegoers, it could knock off Avatar as the world's all-time highest-grossing movie. It has already done that in the North American market. I'm Kathleen Maloney, Fox News Radio.
Alternative Energy Systems.
When it comes to agricultural solar installations, there's a name you can trust. Alternative Energy Systems. Yep, we're a SunPower commercial dealer with a world-class team, and we're proud to be trusted by prominent growers and ranchers throughout Northern California. Customers tell us our expertise in their industry, along with our superior SunPower panels with a 25-year warranty, are just a few of the reasons why they trust Alternative Energy Systems. Also, you may have heard about the great tax incentives due to expire in 2016. So if
how
you're
do you feel?
interested
Is
in
it
some
going good?
straight talk with solar experts
glad.
who can give you accurate information about
Yeah, now it should be. Are there any like stories you want to?
Hey, can you talk into the red one there?
Hello? Test.
Okay. That should work.
Testing? Oh,
Yeah.
my head's not on.
Or do you want this one over there?
No, that one's far. That one's fine.
Okay.
Can you try the blue one up there too again?
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, so pull this one down in front of you. Just like, there you go. And move.
Testing? That's better. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one's way better.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so then push that one over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Perfect.
Better?
Okay, great. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, good. Yay.
Teen 80s Pop Rock performs a high-energy show with feel-good music that the
30 seconds.
generation. Non-stop hits include I Want a New Drug, If This Is It, Power of Love, Heart of Rock and Roll, and Hip to Be Square. Prepare to go back in time with Super Huey live at Feather Falls Casino this Saturday night. Log on to featherfallscasino.com/entertainment to check out all upcoming shows. Must be 21 to attend.
You are tuned to the dirt.
The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found.
That's affirmative. He has evidence proving Bigfoot.
The search for the flying saucers.
You are about to explore another world, another universe with the likes of ghosts, Bigfoot, and UFO.
I woke up in the middle of the night. I don't know what it was.
He is overshadowed by the energy from the world teacher, and the world teacher uses him and gives a blessing.
And all of a sudden, I realized that the banging is coming from my kitchen. Instantly, I froze. I was so scared.
They said they heard like a disembodied scream, like a bloody scream, like something bad was happening.
And now, here comes your diva of the dark, Lori Schultz.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to The Dirt. We are on the second half of the show. My special guest today is Samantha Everhart, and we've been having a wonderful conversation discussing her gifts from God and the journey that she's been on. And the journey, I am sure, is only going to get more interesting as the days go by. We had a couple callers who've had some experiences and everything else. I guess, I have so many questions when it comes to somebody, receiving messages and gifts and everything like that. I just feel like, does it ever get to where, and I kind of know the answer to this based on some of the things you've said, but does it ever make it kind of hard to sleep?
Oh, my goodness.
Like,
I was like, God, this is
a
not on my
newborn
timing.
baby.
Oh my God, it's not on my timing, but it's like, it's on his time.
Mhm.
So, and his time is always perfect timing. So even when it's not my timing, I know it's the right timing. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
not my timing, God. Really? Right now? You really want this right now? And it's always right.
Isn't that
It may not be
amazing?
my timing, but it's his timing. And I'm like, really? And here's the thing. God never sleeps. He just never sleeps. So, which is a good thing. He's never asleep on the job.
And so sometimes, like when you're getting messages, okay, like when your friend said that you were talking with her friend that had passed, or a friend's friend, and that he was doing cartwheels because he was.
I don't remember those details. To be honest with you, I don't. I know that what she's saying is true, but I don't remember all the details. But what happens? Is that what you're asking?
Well, what I was going to say is, so sometimes your message, and you verify that it's a message of
Mhm.
somebody who's of God, but sometimes the message you're hearing is from someone who's passed.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like that's what I'm just curious about. Sometimes you're hearing something that's like, God wants you to do something. And then, or is it always like you look at it as God is wanting you to do something, but sometimes it's a message from another soul or spirit?
Well, they're definitely both. I always ask and pray. People all talk about religion. Praying is really just talking to the big guy. It's just conversation and being in relationship with him. So, learning to just ask. We have not because we ask not. So I would always ask, what does this mean? Give me revelation as to what this means. And there's a lot of misconception, and I don't really fully understand it because God says my ways are not your ways and my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. So people have different views on every playing field about spirit that's in heaven, especially in the religious world, and I just got to say that there's a whole, Jesus spoke very clearly about religious law. People knew the Bible, they knew the law, but they didn't know him. Jesus comes from the bloodline of a prostitute. Rahab was a prostitute, and I'm like, God, you are so good. Like he comes in that way. So I can't tell you, this is just how I see it, and it may be different for someone else, and I know that maybe everyone may not agree with how it comes to me because they may not, and it's okay, but I see people in heaven. I see loved ones in heaven, and I believe that does happen. There are many areas in the Bible that the Bible really is kind of a Da Vinci Code, and it's like learning about the Word and letting it speak to you. So when loved ones come through, I believe that God allows us, again, if it's from God, it will always prove true. God's Word never returns void. And so when loved ones cross, I know that we are given a different body, glorified body. That's what it says. But also, there's more to that. When Jesus appeared, after he'd resurrected, he appeared in many different forms, and they didn't recognize him, and all of a sudden their eyes were, it was revealed to them who he was. And when they were having, dinner together, doubting Thomas, you hear about doubting Thomas, one of his disciples said, I won't believe it's him till I put my hand in his wound. And he appeared as he actually was. So even Jesus appeared many different ways. So I believe that just for me, and I don't know if this is for everyone, but for me, this doesn't happen for everyone this way. I mean, somebody may want that to happen. I don't call up spirit. That's the difference between, in my opinion, a psychic and a medium. God, I don't know, this isn't my deal, but the term, these are gifts that God just reveals. So it's not something I call up or something that I would do on my own. So when a loved one comes through, I believe that it's so that I know who they are, that I could relay them to their loved one as they would know them. And there's a place spiritually when they say we have a spirit man inside of us, our spirit, that if it were to come out of your body, Perry Stone is a wonderful teacher of the law of the word. He speaks of this about where you grow spiritually, that your soul will come out and it actually looks like you, is where you age spiritually. And I had never heard that before. And so when I saw someone coming through, that's as I saw them. I don't remember, I said, I don't remember the details of that, but yeah.
But so for instance, so when you see somebody, so sometimes you see them.
Sometimes I see them. Sometimes it's
and
they don't
is it
want to
like
come out.
a thought, like right now, if I picture what a McDonald's looks like, or is it like all of a sudden somebody, is it more like a dream?
No, it comes in different ways. It just comes in different ways. Sometimes it's actually in my spirit where, if you were to sit with a loved one and they couldn't speak and they were really hurting or on the point where they were going to cross and that they're hurting, or you can just feel their pain and they're speaking to you without speaking to you. Sometimes it comes to me like that, and then sometimes there's spirit definitely of heavenly realms, and there's also spirit in the earth. I mean, it says Satan is the ruler of the earth, and it speaks of that in the Bible. And that was really profound to me. And there are loved ones that don't cross over. For whatever reason, they don't cross over. And we all get that choice. We all have that choice. And I don't care what walk of life you've gone down. God comes to every one of us at that time, and he asks you to go. So sometimes it's just a revelation of my spirit about something that they're going to say, or a loved one that doesn't really want to come out because they're scared. They're not, I don't want to say scared, but sometimes what will happen is they don't want to frighten us. They don't want to frighten us. So sometimes it's a vision, and sometimes it's just through spirit.
And sometimes do you have these experiences because you're around somebody else? So when
they can be totally random for any reason. People I don't even know. Actually, Mindy's somebody that I didn't really know, and all of a sudden I'm driving down the road and I don't know any. It's interesting.
But I mean, sometimes being in the presence of somebody, does that sometimes trigger thoughts, feelings,
absolutely,
maybe things coming through
toilet
about
bowl and
them.
screws.
exactly. But,
yeah, and I wasn't around
accurate.
you, so so it's things like that, that I don't really, and I wasn't. There's been several times where you've just been on my heart, so you're just my friend first, and so God did a good thing that way, and so as my friend, even before, just there was an instant connection there, but there were things that would come up, about just, that were little to me, they didn't make sense to me, but they were important to you. And it's the same experience like you had, what others have. It's for them, 'cause,
Right.
does that mean? And it's not really about what I give them. That's really a gift from God for them. And I'm just simply the vessel, right? And the blessing is that every time that you have confirmed things for me or people confirm, it's really nothing until someone confirms it, right?
I know, it's
that it really is
amazing, though.
it's a gift for me because it strengthens my faith about God, you are good. Like I know that you are who you are because I see it in heavenly realms. I see it in people in the light. I see them that way. But how do you know what's of God and what isn't? Because I've seen things that are not of God.
And if you ask, well, do they have to be honest with you?
Spirit? Well, I can say this, that Satan was a fallen angel, and he came as masquerade as the spirit of light, as an angel of light. And and I've seen that, absolutely. I've seen spiritual warfare, and absolutely has to reveal himself. Absolutely. For sure.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Do we have a caller, Chris?
We've actually still got Samantha on the line from the end of last hour.
Okay, maybe she wants to kind of
Okay.
say goodbye. And,
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good, Samantha.
Hey.
Hi. Oh, okay. Did you want to talk with Samantha?
I could also tell like another quick thing. It's kind of hilarious because I am friends with her as well.
Okay.
And I have gone out to like a restaurant with her, and I mean like obviously
who knows
we have
what
the
that's
same
gonna say.
name. And we like ordered something, and the waiter came back by, and she just felt something, and she obviously is compelled to say or ask a question, and he was confused, and then he was like, "Are you a psychic?" And she hates that word, but it's just funny, and everything she was saying was correct, and so you could tell that he was moved, and then he was like just trying to get to know us, and he's like, "So what's your name, Sam? What's your name, Sam?" And he's like, "Am I being punked right now?" Like, it's just, it feels unreal, but like what she explains and expresses is insanely relevant to just you. And it's such a gift.
It
And
is.
Yeah, she's just really blessed, and I'm happy to know her.
I'm happy that you called in. I
Thank you
know
so much, Sam.
that it means a lot for her to have her friends calling in and supporting her and
Absolutely.
talking and on the radio about something like this, as sensitive as this is to you and
It
to
shouldn't
everybody.
be so sensitive. It's so easy.
But to her, it is,
Yeah.
like to share it only out of judgment of others and everything else, or whatever it is, and also not really knowing what to call it.
And people can come at me in ways which they have, but when they come at with people who have experienced these experiences, I hurt for them because they're opening their life, and they're what I mean, that's hard for me because I don't want that for anyone. You know what I mean? I
Exactly.
don't want that for anyone.
Well, thank you so much, Samantha,
Thank you,
for
my friend.
calling in.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, too.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Yeah, so, I mean, and that's the thing, like, it is a sensitive issue only because it's because it's not really understood even by you.
No, it's not. I just know that this is how I live it. But again, you're talking about, he says, my ways are not your ways. And that's what I always go back to. And someone says, Sam, you're dealing with things of spiritual world, of heaven, and you're human. And so it's not going to make sense. It may not make sense, but I just know that when I'm called to do something. So, and sometimes I may not like it, to be honest with you.
Right.
So I'm like, this is not the right time. And what if it's wrong? And what if, but it's always proven right. And that's the greatness of God. Even whenever you don't want to do something, I just got to do it because I know that it's right, if that makes sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah.
And if anybody would like to call in, the number here is 530-742-5555. And we welcome your calls. And whether or not you have a question or whatever it is, I know you'll do your best to just
Yeah, for sure.
your answer. The other thing is, like when you're going through this, I mean, I know you said you don't get a lot of sleep sometimes, and sometimes you do, and everything else. But has it changed the way like you go about your day and the way you interact with people?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because to me it seems like when you're going to be getting messages or encountering things or whatever. I don't know, maybe it just kind of makes you more
Oh,
cautious?
it doesn't stop. It doesn't turn off. Let me just make that clear. It doesn't turn off. It always happens. Sometimes I've learned about Jesus needed help carrying his cross. You know, he needed help. He was beaten and broken. Jesus gives us a prime example. He gives us people to help carry that cross, and there's no way that I could be where I am if I didn't have specific people helping me carry that cross. And believe me, it's not been an easy journey for those people who have chosen to walk that walk with me, because it's a process of learning. And again, I'm dealing with something that's so much bigger than myself, you know?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, and so it's always, unless I've, it's very interesting in approaching people, you know, especially being in a group of people, because it doesn't stop, you know, and sometimes it's seeing something on someone and you know they're hurting and you just want to go touch them. I don't know why I'm led to want to just go touch them.
Because you're a healer?
Well, but that's not, yeah, for sure, but it's something that just comes up where I just want to go, and they may not understand that, you know? It's just interesting how I can't say it's one gift, because there's so many, and I don't know what will happen for someone. It's always something little. Somebody the other day, I woke up in the middle of the night and I thought about him in a pencil. It reminds me very similar of you and the screws in that toilet. What does that mean, right? And I'm like, okay, well, enough experiences like that, you know, you just got to follow that. But, you know, as Chris was saying, honoring, you know, that intuition, that eventually you just know you have to follow it because it's going to lead somewhere. And so I end up calling this person, and it leads to a lady who lost her life in Southern California, which I didn't know about, but it led from a pencil and all of these details, and within 4 hours they ended up catching the person who murdered this woman. And so again, it's not, there's so many different aspects of that. So it happens even outside of working on people. So when I'm working on people, there's you know, with my line of work. So it's just so many different things, but it doesn't shut off. And that's why I was in prayer about that, or talking to God. God, talking about this, you know. You know, and if it's not right, then I don't. But it's where you learn to develop that intuition, that Holy Spirit, you know, that internal knowing that we were talking about.
That's so amazing. Do we have a caller?
We have full lines right now, actually.
All right, so we'd like to take the next caller.
I believe this should be Katie.
Katie.
Katie, yes.
Okay. Katie, welcome to the dirt. Are you there? Welcome to the dirt, Katie. Here's Samantha.
Hi, Katie.
Hi.
Oh my goodness, she didn't know.
I
didn't really tell anybody that I was going to be on the show.
Oh,
so she just happened to call me. I pulled into the parking lot, and I'm like, I'm about to go be on this radio program, and God bless her. She's been through so much with me, and when I was learning about these gifts, she's like, yeah, we've been through so much together. This one, God has really blessed me with some wonderful people to learn about a lot of gifts, and some very profound experiences with her.
So do you have something to share, Kitty?
I have a lot to share, actually.
She could share so much.
Well, we only have like a few minutes. We have full lines, so if you can just kind of share it, and then we're going to move on to the next caller just to keep it rolling, because we only have about a half hour, not even left.
Okay. So I have had a lot of profound experiences that I was very skeptical about. I guess I'll just throw that out there, and experiences that just no one else would know about. And the one thing is, I was looking for a home to buy, and I searched for about a year and a half, and I just couldn't find anything that fit. And I went into Sam for some body work to be done, because she does stuff with oils, and she wouldn't move from a part of my body. And it was actually, I'm like, okay, you can move to a different spot, you know, we're good. And she came through with a bunch of stuff that I knew in my heart that I hadn't experienced with anyone else, I guess is the best way to put it. And my grandmother had passed away that had raised me and was very, very close to me. I hadn't dealt with her death before my experience with Sam. And Sam, she was coming through Sam. And I still didn't want to accept it.
Aww.
And with the laying of the hands, after 7 years of her passing, I was able to have closure in that. And with the searching for a home, Sam had said, you're going to find a home with a red door and ivy. And I said, yeah, whatever. Well, that was in October. And in December 2nd, to be specific, in 2010, I found my house, and it had a red door. And before I even realized any of the connections, like I said, I'd been looking for a year and a half, and I said, I want to put an offer in on this house. So I put an offer of my house, and all come to, you know, after my grandma had come through and I was able to have closure back in October, I put in the offer December 2nd, and that was my grandmother's birthday.
God is very significant about dates, yeah, very significant.
It was my offer was accepted December 20th, and that's 5 years after I'd lost her. And so it all came together. And life has definitely been different since then. And it's just been a good experience. And I'm very grateful to have him in my life and to be able to have a connection with her and be able to know that my grandmother that raised me was there.
And she's even here right now, my beautiful friend. Oh, my Lanta. I'm never used to this. Never get used to God's gift. It's just amazing, and I hope I never do.
That's so sweet. And so you have Ivy too in your house?
Yeah, and so in my front yard, which is not much of a yard, it's all rural around here, I have ivy, and I'm literally the only person in my neighborhood that has ivy. So I not only have my red door, I have my ivy, and that was all connected to the gift. And then Sam has been in my life since then, and as a huge skeptic, I'm like, yeah, whatever.
And she's got a beautiful little girl that
and
came before this
sitting in
precious
my
little
lap
girl.
right now.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
very sweet.
Yes.
Amen.
And Sam knew about her before I did, and I was like, yeah, whatever. It's not going to happen. It's not in the cards for me, and I'm
It's like her grandmother.
staying with her.
Her grandmother held that spirit before she was actually given to her, and I didn't know, but God knew, so I can't take credit for that. But I was just the vessel. But God bless you. Thank you so much, Katie, for sharing. And I kept having the vision of this baby and her grandma holding this precious little baby and a little girl, and I would tell her that every time it would come up, and that's what's coming right now. Oh Lord, I'm getting zapped, my friend Katie. I'm getting zinged. Big guy zinging me. Big guy zinging me. Your grandma. Ah, Lord Jesus, thank you, Lord. That she was going to have this little girl, and I didn't know the time frame, or I don't remember even how many times I told her, but what a blessing is that she got to know that little spirit first.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is
It's
so
awesome.
nice. And it's nice to know that your little girl does know her great grandma.
Amen. Yes.
She does. And it's, I mean, even farther, she is the 9th grandchild on my husband's side, and she's the first girl. So, and that was
That's so
something
cute.
that, it's like the curse that no one could have girls. And it,
Well, and God said, yes, you can.
Yes.
And look what he did.
and she's our little girl and our little blessing.
Amen.
Thank you so much for calling in and sharing
you,
this
Katie.
beautiful story.
Thank you.
I love you,
Thank
Girlie.
you.
All right, love ya.
I love you, too. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Okay, bye. And we have another caller, Chris. Okay.
Yeah, no, this is Kate.
Okay, Kate. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi, this is actually my mom.
Oh, hi, Kate.
Hi.
I've heard of Kate, and Kate, God bless you for calling in right now.
Well, thank you. I've never had an experience like this, and I've been listening to the show, and you are really a blessed person.
Well, I thank you so much. I thank you so much. But I feel we're all blessed. It's hard for me to take credit solely for that, because I think we're all blessed, and we've all been given such unique gifts. And thank you so much for so many things I could say to you right now. Thank you so much for raising a wonderful daughter, and she just has light-filled, and your other daughters too, because I happened to meet your sisters that night that I met you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
One sister,
Which one?
but she met
one of the
Bonnie.
twins. One of the twins, right? Yep.
Oh,
Mhm. One of
Bonnie.
the
Good
twins.
memory.
Yes. Yeah. And
That's nice. I think my kids are pretty wonderful.
I think so too. The ones I've met, I think so too. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never talked to anyone like you before, and I was just wondering if there's anything that you could tell me.
Well, I could tell you that I God makes no mistakes, so I believe that you're blessed also, and I'm not sure exactly what. Okay, this is going to sound. Listen, I never know where this is going to go, and sometimes when I'm in a group of people, it could be several different things, and it's a little detail that always starts something little before some big divine revelation. Okay. God bless my words, my thoughts, and my deeds, that your mission and your will and your word come through. Does the number 7 or 17 mean anything to you? 7 or 17?
17. I was born on April 17th.
It right now. I love when God does that. Okay, thank you. 17, April 17. And I don't even know these little details. Like, God, what is the big detail? And also, something about the car. Does this mean anything? Something about the car? Do you have something about the car? Stand by one moment. Do you have anything going on? Something with the car? No. Does anybody have? There's something about the car that comes up saying a car. I don't know what the car means. If it's something that I don't know. This is how it starts. Little things. There's something. Did you grow up? This says about the car, and okay. Did you? And it could be for somebody else here in the studio, or I'm not quite sure what this means. But did you grow up, or does this mean anything to anybody in this setting? Grow up where there were a lot of trees out in the country, kind of thing, but not really. Was that you out there?
Yes, I did.
You did also. Okay, thank you. Shut the front door. Okay.
We grew up on 40 acres of woods.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. God is good. Okay, there's no concept of time in heaven, so I'm seeing things. It's like playing. It's like it's and okay, thank you. So as you start to confirm things, things will come through. And also, was there a very special car? A very it's an older car that I'm seeing, an older car. From like I would say from I can't make the time, but like
my dad used to have a Model A that we played in all the time.
Thank you. A special car. And does the name I want to say like a Frank or an F name or a letter F mean anything to you in the name of a family member? Or did you grow up on that street or in that town? Something with an I want to say an F. Does that mean anything to anyone here?
Not me.
No.
Okay, remember that detail, huh?
I don't know anybody with an F.
Okay, does that mean, no, that's not in your last name either. This got really loud. It's got doing a little echoing here or something. Yeah, there's something about an F. Now, you're not going to, something like an F, like okay, it's very, I feel like I get Tourette's when this happens. Absolutely, this is something, I just don't know what it means. I don't know what it means, but remember that detail because you'll be like, oh, wait, it'll come to you later. That's typically what happens. Typically what happens. And I don't know what kind of message you're looking for, but you have definitely loved ones in heaven that are trying to come through. And I want to say it's like your great-grandpa, your father. Were you very close to your father? Something about a father or a grandfather figure?
Well, it's my mom's dad and my grandpa.
Okay, thank you. Neither of them have an F in their name? An F in the name at all? Did they live on a street or in a town? There's something significant about F, and I don't know what that means, but it's okay. It does. I don't. It's not for my detail, but remember that detail because I don't know what it means, but it's for you, and it's obviously coming up for a reason. But your loved ones are coming through, and it's about that time frame. It reminds me of that era. That's what they're showing me right now, that era. I'm seeing the vision of the older car, very cool car, a lot of, out in the country, a lot of acreage, and the trees. And that was a very good time. So that your loved ones are in heaven, loved ones are in heaven. And there was something else about like an Edward or an E. I don't know if that's for someone here or if that's an Edward or an E.
My mother's name was Eva.
Okay, shut the front door. Okay. Did anybody on your mother, thank you, Father. Did anybody on your mother's side have a letter F significant of anything? That will come up.
Not that I can think of, no.
You
no
keep,
F.
you hang on to that detail. Hang on to the detail.
Okay.
And this is another silly detail also, but that's what he does. Does the dishwasher mean anything? The dishwasher? Did you just load the dishwasher? Do you have to do the dishes? What does a dishwasher mean?
I hate my dishwasher.
Okay, thank you. See, God knows every detail, even the little things. Thank you, Father.
It stops mid-cycle all the time.
Shut the front door. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, so it's always sometimes these little details, but to me, they're so significant because I wouldn't know anything about that, but God does know. And your love, Thank you. And all is well. All is well. And that comes from your loved ones. And first and foremost, I got to give, again, thanks to God, because it's only because God allows your loved ones to come through that they come through. You know, it's only because God allows it. But absolutely, they're, thank you, Father, they're absolutely in the light. And that is why they are able to come through, because God knows your heart. And He knows, He knows you so intimately well. So that's the whole. We used to say, God, please tell me, give me a detail so I know, right? And it's a silly detail, but to me it's significant. So that was the thing about the dishwasher, because only you would know about that. So anyway, your loved ones are absolutely there, and thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. I hope one day to finally meet you in person.
That would be nice.
Same here.
Yeah.
God bless you.
And God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for calling in, Mom.
You're welcome. You're welcome, my dear.
Love
I love you.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, and we have another caller.
Yeah, we have Julie.
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 Yep.
Hi, Julie. Welcome to the Dirt.
Yes.
Another one who could just fill you full of pages of stuff. Hi, my friend.
Hi, Sam. So I met Sam. A friend gave me a certificate for a raindrop massage. Never met her. She didn't tell me about her special gift. I went in.
I don't advertise it.
No.
Got on the table, face down, and she started working on me. And all of a sudden, she said, "Someone's here." And I'm face down on the table thinking, who's here? Because I'm naked on this table, and someone's here. I'm not sure what's going on.
That's funny.
So she says, it's an older lady. And I'm thinking, how did she get in? You know, because I'm face down. I can't see anything. And so she goes on to describe her. She's a short lady. She's elderly, and she has big red lips. She says, "Do you know anybody like that?" And I said, "Well, my aunt who passed a while ago, a few months ago." And she got confirmation that it was my Aunt Eunice. And she had come through to tell my cousin, who was getting ready to do an estate sale. My aunt was very detailed, and apparently still is in her passing. She had a list of things for me to give to my cousin to not sell at the estate sale.
I don't even remember that. Seriously? Oh, I believe it, but I don't remember.
And
Really?
I wrote down a list of about 13 things.
Shut the front door. Seriously?
When I
don't
got
remember
home, and I went, and I'm thinking, I seriously have to call my cousin and tell her that her mom told me to tell her not to sell these things. So I called my
that is
sister,
cool.
who's older than I am, because I figured she's my sister. She won't think I'm crazy much. And I told her, and she's like, well, you know, Aunt Eunice has always been spiritual and always felt very connected. And so I waited another week, and I called my cousin, and she said, "Oh, my God, even in death, I knew my mother would come back." And I gave her this list of things. And there's an age difference. There's about 18 years difference between us. And these are things that I've never seen, I never knew about. And I gave her this list, and she's like, "Oh, my God, I can't believe she said this. I can't believe this is what, you know."
Julie, were they
So-
actually, I don't remember even sharing those things with you, but were they, was this the one about the spoons? Spoons are coming up right now.
There was some spoons.
No,
There
was this the person that came up about the spoons?
Yeah.
Okay, were they?
And I ended up with the spoons. But the one thing that came up that I never heard of and didn't know about was an iris vase, which is an extra tall vase that's made especially to hold irises, which was something that my aunt grew at her house in Sacramento. And my cousin was like, "Okay, I've got all this stuff set aside, except for one item she did end up, she had sold it already." But that was my first experience with Sam.
And she came back.
I
Oh
came
my
back.
Lanta.
She can't get
And
rid of me now,
I wouldn't get
so.
rid of you. She's my little bulldog. I love her.
Well, thank you so much for calling in and sharing that beautiful story with us. I mean, it's so nice to hear these things because, I mean, I have been going through the same beautiful blessings that all of you have been going through, and I absolutely treasure every single message that she's given me, and she knows why and how they always just touch my heart so much. And so thank you for being willing to share those moments on here and on the air, because you know what, it's just another way of expressing that God does still work miracles, and he gives messages, and he heals, and he does so many different, in that we're always all being watched and cared for in so many different
absolutely.
ways, and that we're noticed in the fine details, like when he says he knows how many hairs are on your head. He really does.
Psalm 139, one of my favorite. Everybody should read that. 139, Psalm 139. It was like one of my favorite in the Bible, and that was like, he does. That's kind of,
Yeah.
how intimately well he knows us.
Well, thank you so much for calling
Thank
in,
you,
and I hope
Julie.
you have a really
Thank
nice
you.
night.
Thank you so
I
much.
will. You too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
That's so sweet. Do we have another caller, Chris?
No, we have cleared the lines.
We have cleared lines. Okay. Well, I'm so touched by some of the stories of your friends and everything else. I'm glad that my mom called in. That was like super cute too.
That is very special.
It is. Yeah. So it's. I mean, how do you feel when you hear these things?
I'm always touched by that because I'm approached by several people. You know, just this happens it doesn't shut off. You know, and so. When they said, well, do you remember? I don't remember if you, some things I do remember that are very significant, you know, that you just don't forget. They were defining moments, you know, and I don't remember all the details of, but I remember the significance. Ours is one of them, but there are so many people that are touched by God's gift, and I'm just the vessel. So the gift of prophecy, the gift of healing, all of those things are just the essence of who God is. And we sometimes think we look at him and we think, you know, he's a God of not emotion, and we are created in his image. And so that's the biggest thing I've learned, that we're created in his image, and he's a jealous God. He loves us so much, and he gives us free will. And so in free will, you have the choice. At the end of all this, he just says, you know, I want a family. That's all he gets, and he wants us to choose him. So it shocks me when I see these things. I learn more about the essence and of who he is, and that we're created in that way. So when I see the healing that happens, whether mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, I never know. But when I see that, it shocks me all the time, and I'm just like, I stop and I'm like, God, who am I that you look down on this planet and I'm a little speck of sand, you know, like a little Whoville. And that you look down on this earth and you see me and say, I love you that much, that I'm like, God, I want to know you. God, I really want to know you, you know? And he's just done some pretty radical, amazing things that if it weren't, again, people like who have called in and other experiences, I don't know, he's just a good God, and he never stops surprising me, and I hope he never does.
I know.
Yeah, it shocks me. I'm just shocked. I'm like, wow, that happened? I do that a lot because I'm just really surprised.
And it's always so comforting too. Like, I know that we all go through we have to have pains in order to feel the joys. And so I know we all go through that, but it's always comforting to know that we're not forgotten.
No, and
in any way.
For sure. And you know what's really amazing too, and this is something I'm learning, and it's a really big one. Got to go there again, because again, it's not about religion, but it's just how I know, and I just got to give glory to God. But when it was a big one, when Moses here Moses was, you know, he had murdered someone, he went in exile for, you know, all those years, and God spoke to him. He actually spoke to him. And he said, you're going to go back and you're going to bring my people home out of Egypt. And here they saw all these miracles happen and all this stuff happen. And he knows God spoke to him. So they're leaving, and the Egyptians start chasing them, and they get to the sea. And he's like, God, there's nowhere for me to go. And you told me. And he says, that's right, I did. And then he did this miracle, and he split the sea. And guess what? They survived. And so when we're at our worst moment and life is really hard, we don't learn typically when things are great, right? We learn through trial and tribulation. And it's through those times where we really go through some very difficult moments that he says, that's when I show up and I will do my best.
And not only that, but through witness.
Absolutely, for sure.
You know, when we watch other things happen too, and we share like this, people do learn, and they do learn to trust themselves and the experiences that they've had as being real. Because we want to think that just these things are the real things. But look we're talking over the air. People are turning on the radio and hearing things and different things. There's miracles in everything that's happening all around us.
Absolutely.
Constantly. We do have another caller, but what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. So I hope that caller does not hang up. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back for the last segment of The Dirt.
Okay.
John L. Sullivan's all-new Dodge Dart is going to give you up to 41 miles a gallon. Listen, gas is a costly thing. Them gas pumps go ding, ding, ding. No, but I know where the gas savers are. Yuba City. John L. Sullivan, King of Cars. John L. Sullivan, he is the king of cars, selling cars and trucks like candy bars. The wheel turns, turns, turns. The king of cars, the king of cars. John L. Parkway, Yuba City, right across from Walmart. Good. He's the king of cars.
You're tuned to The Dirt.
Get interactive with Lori by contacting her blog at lorischultz.blogspot.com. Here comes your diva of the dark, Lori Schultz.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so we're at the last segment of The Dirt with Samantha Everhart, and we have had the most amazing conversation. We've had so many great callers. I don't know. I think we have a caller waiting for us, but just real quick, before it starts, running out of time here, do you want to, let people know how they can get a hold of you for, your services as far as, if they want the massages or whatever it is? I mean, do you have websites or anything you'd like to share?
Everything I've done is word of mouth.
Okay.
Everything I've done, but I do have a number that they can call if they're interested in contacting me. They can call. I have two different ones, but 530-322-5882.
One more time.
530-322-5882.
Okay.
Or 530-727-5533. And I get kind of busy, but you can leave a message and we'll get back in touch with them for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds great. Okay, so we're going to take our caller.
Oh, wait. We have Mato.
All right.
Oh, no way. Motto.
Aw.
My brother in Christ. Are you kidding me right now? Thank you, Lord.
Nope. Perfect timing.
Oh, my Lord.
Welcome to The Dirt.
Thank you very much. I've been really enjoying this whole program. It's just been great. I just wanted to share one quick thing with you guys, real
Sure.
quick, if I could.
Yes.
Motto.
I met Sam at a wonderful moment in both of our lives, just north of Crescent City. We had some wonderful experiences with a bunch of angels. So I'm just real proud of her walk that she's walking on right now, and I consider her my sister in Christ. My Kola sister, I'm Lakota, and we walk similar paths right now, both both healers, and we both see from the other side, and we're both contacted. And so it's not an easy walk being a warrior in the light, but we need more light warriors like her and myself, and those that are listening. I give thanks to God for that, and want to compliment Sheila for tonight that you've been able to open up for this, and it's kind of nice to hear something from my old area over there in the Sierras and stuff. It made me wonder for home. I married a wonderful Indian woman over here in Tolowa country, and I moved from the dryness over to the ocean, and it's just beautiful. So thank you for a wonderful night. Thank you for planting the seeds of light. Thank you for your love, Sam.
Motto, thank you so much. He was
so awesome, and you're on the right path.
Thank you so much. Motto actually met me right in the process of learning these gifts when I went up to do that training.
That's
and
so amazing.
yeah, and I was always I'm one who doubts. I'm like, well, you tell me, right? He's just amazing, and his wife is wonderful, and I feel very blessed to have such amazing people in my life. But he met me before all these gifts happened, So it's been very interesting.
Oh my
Very special
goodness.
friend.
I'm so happy that you called in. Thank you so much.
Motto.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye. That's so nice.
I know. Seriously, that was another experience too. He's welcoming me in his home, and there's so many things I could say, but goodness, I'm very surprised. It was so kind of him, and I have other people who are listening, and I won't say any names, but DJ. God told me one day. Met somebody I was like, he's kind of full of himself, and lo and behold, God did this radical thing, and made me. I was reading the Word one night, and God spoke to my spirit about him coming home, and I just can't not right now just give thanks to God for what He's done through these amazing people, and I don't want to put their information out there, but they know who they are, and He said him coming home would be the final piece of the puzzle for this person I'm always connected to and their family, and his JW, I won't mention the name, and his wife and family, and they're my prayer tonight, and just give thanks and remembrance of them, and other people in that unit. unit. So we'll leave it at that. And that him coming home would be the final piece of the puzzle, but it would also be the final piece of the puzzle for me and praying for people. And I'd seen that vision for 7 years. I kept saying, God, you got it wrong. You got the wrong girl, God. I know you hold the planet together and everything else, but this is the wrong thing. So I know he's listening tonight, and he followed up in prayer and on our way over here. And I just can't, I can't not give thanks, because, again, that was the final piece. And putting this out like this is just so foreign for me. It's just not what I do. And so through prayer and amazing people that have shared their life and their walk with me, if I could say only one thing, that God is real, God is amazing. And if you doubt, it's understandable to doubt, I would just say, just keep asking. God says, you have not because you ask not. He says, my people can have what they want, but they're saying what they have. And I've got something so much bigger in store. And no matter how bad it looks, it's like Satan was in the garden. He appeared as a serpent. And you think about a snake, what does it do? You never know when it's going to attack you, right? And so what did he tell Eve? He says, you're naked. You hear God every day got up every day to go look at his children. And he's going to go show them something so special every day. And that's what we have in this world, something so special. And then what happens, he goes, I did this for you. I shows him a waterfall. I did that for you all in the garden. And one day, Eve eats from Satan, the serpent says, deceives her in her thought. Our thoughts come up against us. That's how things happen. Renew your thought. Look at the good. The glass is half full, not half empty. And what did he do? He says, he tricked her, and basically she ate of the apple. And here God comes in the cool of the day, where they spoke with him, and he says, we're hiding. Where are you, Adam? Where are you? Where are my children? Can you imagine your children hiding from you? It hurts you, right? And so he says, we're hiding. Well, why are you hiding? We're naked. Well, who told you you're naked? The society. Who tells you you're not okay? As long as you're doing what's right for you, and keeping God in the middle of that. And even if you don't believe, it's okay. Believe because I believe. I got some strong faith muscles, and through some experiences that you do have, that people have, trust that. Doubt your doubts and trust what like the experiences you've had. Who told you weren't okay? Society tells us what we should be and how we should act and how we should live, and that, keeping up with the Joneses and all this. Life is just about, they talk about the fruits of the Spirit, of giving and loving, and, not of the flesh, where we, of course, want and need things. But if I could say only one thing, and that would be, just keep asking. We have not because we ask not, and we cannot wear them out. Believe me, if anybody could wear them out, that would be this girl right here. And I'm like, you created all this and thought it was wonderful. So just remember, you did this, right? So just keep asking and keep believing in something bigger, and he will always put you in a place, and honor and trust your gut. Your gut is just your intuition. That's your Holy Spirit. So just honor and trust that.
And just as God speaks to you, he wants to speak to all of us.
Every one of us. We all, yes, for sure.
And the one thing, like, I've always shared too, and I think I probably have said it to you, I say it to, like, my kids or anybody that I talk with when they're just like, well, what if I'm not going to get forgiven for this? Or what if I'm not going to get forgiven that?
Yeah.
He created us knowing our entire path.
Absolutely.
He knew every choice we were going to make when he made us, and he still made us because he loves us exactly the way he made us. So to say that once we do all the things that he already knew we would choose to do, wouldn't it be fair to say that now he doesn't love us and he doesn't want us back?
That's true. No, every time you ask for forgiveness, and you know what? That's just between you and him. You don't have to go to me. Everybody's about religion, and I think my walk is my walk, and it's okay if it's not someone else's walk. My walk is mine, and your walk is yours. And just in speaking, like, even if you just confess that out loud to him, or even in your thought, this is something I did and I feel bad about it. He forgives you for it the minute you ask. We remember, and he forgives. This is, I throw it out and I forget about it, but we don't. And we constantly have people who will be there to remind us of our fault. And he says, renew your mind. I forgive you. I love you. He talks about long suffering. How many times you forgive? 70 times 7. You just keep forgiving. You keep believing. You keep hoping. You keep searching, and be around people who want to build you up. Because guess what? There's so many people in this world that want to tear you down. You don't need to be one of them. We are our own worst enemies. So stop talking the negative. And the minute, I did this for a long time. Believe me, my journey, I've been there, believe me. I was driving along one day, and I just for going to an event, doing the body art stuff, and for like 3-hour drive, and I was just saying these things in my head, and all of a sudden I became aware of it for hours. And it's like autopilot, right? And I'm like, oh my goodness, what did I say? And what was I doing? And, the things we tell ourselves without even realizing. And the minute you're aware of that, you turn that around and speak truth about who you are. Because God says you're a masterpiece. And sometimes it's hard for us to believe that. But that's absolutely and exactly how God sees us. It's like your child. How you love your children and how we love our children. I think that's a replica of what God did. We're His. And yet He gives us children to know that kind of love. And that love is just... how much you love your children, magnify that times 10,000%.
And a lot of times people probably think, well, there's so many people. There have been so many people before me, so many people after me.
Absolutely.
Why do I matter?
Because you do.
And you do.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
every single thing, just those little details, like when you say, all those little details, these are just the little details
But
that
He
will
sees
confirm.
every detail. Right, yes, yeah.
It's because He wants you to know. He does know your day.
He goes before us. He's already in that day. And all He asks, I used to say, God, I know I'm coming to you with this little thing, but it's kind of important, about just things I saw for this person I was always connected to. And I said, I'm really sorry because I know you got all this going on. And He says, well, the thing is, I said, people always ask. He said, no, that's the problem. And my spirit, it was like, no, that's the problem. Because people don't ask, all these things happen because I long for you. And I create situations to bring you back to me. Because, again, these are things that He gives us free will. So you go around and keep believing the lie, or you go around and believe that you are a masterpiece, that you are amazing. You may not always make the best decisions, but you're not created to be perfect. If we were, then guess what? We wouldn't need a big guy. We wouldn't need God, So just know that we do make mistakes and learn from mistakes, and we don't keep creating the same one. That's the difference.
So do you have any big plans or any goals for your future?
I never saw this. I just never saw this. I just want to keep on glorifying God. I never want to be tired of that. Forgive me, it's not about religion, but I'm so in awe at the life I get to live. And I have a lot of challenges and different things like most people do. We just have those things that get to us every day. But I just hope I never get tired of witnessing what I do, because it really is a gift. And there is something more. There is something so much bigger. And when I doubted, and it was like I doubted my doubt, and I questioned, well, if you're really real, He has made it so clear that I just know that He is. And I think that is again, it's something that we get to choose. So I don't know what my future holds, and I didn't see this, but I just want to, wherever He decides to put me, and whatever path that would be, then I accept and I receive. So.
Well, do you ever see things for yourself?
I do, and then I still am like, well, God, you don't really mean that. Like, I didn't see this, but I saw it 7 years ago. I saw something 7 years ago, and I kept saying, God, that's wrong. You got that wrong. You got the wrong girl. And He says, you're, casting out spirit, and you're seeing light on people and declaring them well, and you're, the gift of prophecy. All these things. I never saw that. I never saw that. If it was a one isolated incident, my life was so dramatically changed that I will never forget that moment, that there is something more. And that this really is a spiritual battle that we go through. This is the playing ground where we're supposed to get it, so that, so I do see things, but, until they're revealed, because I doubt, well, if you really want that to happen,
Do you ever see somebody from the other side that misses and is waiting for you?
It's amazing. God, I don't say radical like radical dude, but I mean like radical transformation. What God did, He aligned me with somebody that literally could sign the order and commit me. And there's so many thousands of details all day, every day that I had to learn to play in the background. And His family is always, always with me, and I don't really understand that. And my family come through, and I would say, well, why them? Why? And I'm not complaining, because they're amazing. It's only because God allows it. But He wanted me to learn about Him, and so my family does come through, but not. Some people think that you can just call. I can't. It's only what God will allow me to know and experience. So anyway, I know that my loved ones are in heaven, and that's really comforting to me. So I don't fear death. I really do hurt for people when our loved ones cross. They're at home and they're at peace, but our pain is still here. So
Yes.
I hurt for people who go through that process of that grieving of missing a loved one. But I just have to say that there's a heaven,
Well, I just want to say thank you so much,
Thank
Samantha Everhart, for being on my show today. I
Thank
know
you.
you were nervous, and I hope this went, well for you.
It
I know
did,
it went
thank
well
you.
for all of us.
Thank
you,
you.
Chris Singleton, for being on the show, and
Thank you,
always.
Chris. And thank you for the
Anytime.
man bun. Thank you for the man bun. I do
Oh,
like
you
it.
are welcome.
I like it. I like it. Thank you so much.
All right, and so everybody stay tuned for The Dirt next week, and we'll be here at the same time, same place.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Samantha. Bye.
You're listening to The Patriot, 1410 AM, KMYC, Marysville, Yuba City, Roseville, Sacramento, Oroville, and Chico.
Fox News Radio, I'm Kathleen Maloney. The biggest Powerball jackpot ever, up for grabs tonight. $900 million, just $2 to dream.
Go on a yacht, sail the Mediterranean.
Donate some money, maybe invest a little. I'd get rid of my landline. That's the first thing I would do, because the phones would be ringing off the wall.
The odds of winning Powerball are steep, like...
And she has some very... here. Her name is Samantha Everhart.
And that was proof, but we do for the sakes of the
Last year, United.
Oh.
The dirt.
Van, SUV, or medium-duty truck, go to the experts at UnitedTracker.com.
Introducing this lava bomb is nuclear. Basically, this thing is melt your face.
You've heard that the key to business success is to buy low and sell high. Well, gold and silver.
You're tuned to the...
Saying
of life. It's a color of
a
life.
lot of green things.
A lot.
No, I'm just
by the fact
things
and so bless my job to do, friends. Or healing with, God is pretty amazing how He works. All that, right? I see something. So that's what we're talking.
I'm gonna let her decide.
Have a vehicle to haul your. Everybody loves to get something free.
530.
Where'd it come from? Well, you see Mount Shasta. Uncle Bob, where did I come from? 6227. Or go to Max.
Whether it...
Or touring the... A large number of perfectly... A large number of...
Or touring the...
A large number of... A large number...
Tuition or
15 years.
Cream.
If I didn't go, then it will grow.
Okay.
For sure.
That's super cool. I mean, that's what. Hopefully, get your collar on.
Okay.
Okay.
Take them. We're all in this together. That's what.
Don't get left behind.
Yeah,
Well,
we
well,
should,
well,
we
thank
should
you.
really really love here. It's had, but we had a little bit of time. An experience you had.
The U.S.
All of a sudden, I realized that the
Brock performs a high-energy show with
Some very confirmed.
He had comments for Kaldula. We do have another call, but what?